So now we're going to look at hip range of motion. We're going to start with active range in this position, and then we're going to go on to the couch and look at passive range. So if we start off with active, I always like to begin with flexion. We've gone through some of the differentiation tests in the earlier video, but if I get you to face that way for me, PJ, and then let's have a look at flexion. So if you take your right leg and bend it up for me as far as you can go, and then back down. On average, we're looking for about 120 degrees, but let's see the left side as well. Obviously, this varies between individuals, so one way of comparing is obviously looking from left to right and seeing if there's a significant difference there. And then back down. From this position, we can also look at extension. So again, if we take the right leg and come back, and again, back to the start position on the left. With extension, we're looking for about 20 degrees on average. You have to be careful that people aren't hinging too much through their lumbar spine with this one, because you can quite often get an exaggerated movement when you get the anterior pelvic tilt and the increased extension through the lumbar area. Biggest thing to look at again is comparing left to right. Yeah. So if we get you to face forwards, and from here we can look at abduction or abduction. So taking the foot out to the side. Okay. And the other side. Again, making comparisons, left to right, average range is about 40 degrees. You want to make sure that there's not excessive hinging of the body going on here to compensate for a lack of movement in the hip also. Internal and external rotation I usually look at in sitting, so if I get you to sit on here for me. So if we start with the right, we're going to get you to, we will look at external rotation, so if you bring your foot round here. Okay, good. Again, watching that pelvis, watching that hip, making sure there's no hip hitching or compensations going on there, and the other way for me. So now we're looking at internal rotation. See a little bit of restriction there, trying to extend through the knee. Should get about 45 degrees external rotation, about 35 degrees internal rotation on average. Again, let's look at the left, so you want to compare left to right. See again a little bit of restriction there into internal rotation. And if we get you standing again, last movement that we didn't look at before was adduction, so adduction. So now you're going to take your foot across your body for us. Great, okay, and the other way. You're looking for about 25 degrees here. Best comparison is left to right again. If you want to get very technical, you can put some markings on the floor and measure distances that they can toe touch across. Same with abduction as well. It gives you another objective measure that you can compare at a later date or a later treatment session. So that's active range of motion. Next video we're going to go through is passive range of motion on the couch.